A few weeks ago, my family and I were vacationing in Orlando, Florida. Needless to say, it was hot in Florida, with temperatures in excess of 95 degrees. After a long but fun day at Disney World, my family decided to grab a bite to eat. There were 7 of us in our party, and we understood that it might be difficult to seat us. Therefore, we expected to exercise patience during our time at the restaurant. To our surprise, we were sat almost immediately, and the restaurant, which was a large chain that we were all familiar with, was not crowded. It was a weekday, and the restaurant was outside of the beaten path, so that worked to our benefit. After changing tables and getting acquainted with our server, we placed our drink and entree orders. About an hour later, soups and salads started to mysteriously appear. However, since our server wasn't the one to deliver them, there was lots of confusion regarding what item belonged where and to whom. 30 minutes after that, our server reappeared with food, at which time I asked to speak with the manager. I don't know about you, but the leader and educator in me is never on vacation. My name is Jennifer Mitchell-Early. I help individuals and teams achieve organizational and personal success, and this is Leadership Matters. As a leader and an educator, I always seek to resolve issues and come to an understanding in a manner in which every perspective is considered and respected. Even in the most challenging situations where I feel personally affronted, I try to address the issue in a way that leaves other folks whole. So let me paint the picture. It's late. We've been sitting in this restaurant for approximately 90 minutes with little to no contact with our server or waiter in the last hour. We're hungry, agitated, and the tables that were sat after us are enjoying their entrees. To add insult to injury, the restaurant is now closing. I asked to speak with the manager because this is clearly a leadership issue. The manager comes out, addresses our table apologetically, and thanks us for our patience. Not so fast. While I appreciate his appreciation, I'm not a satisfied customer. And as a leader and learning and development consultant whose career has been based on designing, developing, and delivering leadership training, I know the importance of communicating why I am not satisfied, the problem, what needs to happen for me to be satisfied, the solution, and how to address this situation in the future as to not have the same issue occur again, behavior change. In all of this, communication is paramount. I proceed to explain that my family and I have been sitting there for the last hour and a half with no food and no communication concerning when we should expect to receive our orders. The problem, I go on to say that the bread on the table has been eaten, drinks have been consumed, the hour has grown late, other tables around us have been served, and now I don't even have the desire for the food that I ordered. Consequences of the problem. He indicates that there was a problem in the kitchen, but does not want to say what happened. I assure him that the inner workings of his kitchen and what went wrong wasn't really my concern. Rather, I was concerned about how, as a manager, he intended to ensure my satisfaction and the satisfaction of my family. I also indicated that he could take my meal because I was no longer interested in eating it now. It's been 90 minutes. How I could be satisfied. To make a long story short, the manager bought our meal that night, and while I was satisfied that the situation was resolved and that he took responsibility for the situation in general, as the manager, I wanted to offer him insight as to how to avoid the situation in the future, i.e. the behavior change. Because buying a customer's meal on the heels of a bad experience does not ensure a satisfied customer. In fact, customers will expect and accept you're buying their meal and still leave a bad review. Because at the heart of the matter, customers want to be treated with dignity and respect, as well as to receive excellent customer service, especially when they're spending their hard-earned money, especially in today's climate. As such, I told the manager that communication goes a long way in these types of situations. As the leader, he could have addressed our table as soon as he was made aware that there was a problem, which would have given us the opportunity to make an informed decision regarding whether or not we would continue to wait or make the decision that it would be better off for us to find food elsewhere. Understanding that the server had nothing to do with the kitchen, we didn't want to penalize him. We still provided the server with a generous monetary and customer service tip. While you don't have control of the kitchen, you do have responsibility over your tables and to your tables. At any time, I told him, you could have stopped over and told us that you realized the food was taking longer than necessary and that you would check on it. Checking on your customers, empathizing with their concerns and being transparent goes a long way. And most customers, not all, but most, will appreciate that even when you can't do anything about it yourself to change the situation, that you're trying on their behalf to mitigate a different response. My point is, communication is essential. It doesn't take a lot to communicate with individuals, to open the doors of communication, to be transparent, to be forthright, to be honest. I've talked in some of my other videos about ethical communication. I'm going to start another series on that because I think that's important in all walks of life. We have to learn how to be good communicators in great times and in not so great times, because communication is what's going to allow resolve to come and perhaps be able to save relationships. If you found this video informative, please give me a thumbs up, hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you'll be notified every time I upload new content. It really helps out the channel when you like the video, so then it shows other people that the information is valuable. I'll see you in my next video.